Good morning, Matthew.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are things with the horse through what you've seen throughout the weeks leading into today?
Yeah, by all accounts, he's come out nicely. I did an exhibition gallop on him about a week ago at Matter, and he's really well and feeling good, and he's pretty fit, and like I said, it's obviously been a little while since he last raced, but Andrew Forsman and Murray Baker will have him ready and primed and sitting ready to go.
How much do you think that break has helped him after the 2000 Guineas win?
Yeah, I think it's helping him a lot. Like I say, he's naturally pretty fit. He's a real little athlete, so I don't think it's going to be a problem having that too much of a break off. But he's a horse who does everything right, and I think having that break has just helped him just come back to. And like I say, the Baker Forsman team can polish the horse pretty well, so there's no problem there.
You're going to meet a different type of track condition today. He was pretty explosive on a slow track at Riccarton, and he put 2.5 lengths on his opposition. What are your thoughts on a better track today?
Yeah, I think it'll be even better on a better track. I think the race will be run nicely, and he's got the nice draw. But at Ruakaka it was a decent track, and he really stormed home that day when he won second or third, I think. And I don't think it's going to be a problem whatsoever. I think it'll be even better on it.
What are your thoughts from the draw tactically? The inside draw generally, it's sort of a positive, but what will you be thinking about in the run?
I'll just let the horse jump out and where he lands. From the one gate, it's easy enough just to jump and just see where he lands. There's not too much of a hurry, but I won't let him slide too far back because there's a few horses there. That I don't really want to follow, but I'll just have to work it out and see how it all pans out the first 200 metres over that junction, over the crossing, and then we'll sort ourselves out. It looks like there'll be a little bit of pace, and hopefully it's a nice true run race where we can all just kind of get in our posies, and I think the jockeys in the race can all sort themselves out pretty quickly, and we should hopefully get a nice run.
You speak about doing homework. Who are the horses that you will be keeping an eye on? I know you'll be riding your own race, but who are the horses you'll be keeping an eye on, the biggest dangers? More Wonder, Hypnos, any others?
Yeah, like there's Lincoln Falls, there's a horse on the way up, and he's got the wider draw. He'll probably, the horse can jump and go forward, but then again, he rode him back at Owsley and he learnt a lot, so it's another danger, but hopefully he'll be behind me. But, more Wonder, he can be a bit of an awkward horse. He can over-race, as you've seen 2 starts ago at Palmerston North. He over-raced and John Clark had to let him go. So I think the gate 7, I think he is, if he can jump and jump good enough, I think Lee Sawpress will probably push forward, just get rid of that bad luck, and he might be a lot happier up there. But it's one of those things you don't really know what's going to happen until you jump out, and a lot of those horses, that can race on pace and stuff like that, canvas for kick. So we'll just have to suss it out as soon as we jump out, and I've got the options to look around and get my posse straight away, and then I can work out where everyone else is going to go and who to follow.
You have also ridden Espresso Martini to success. That was 3 starts ago. What are you expecting from the stable filly?
Yeah, she's an honest filly. It's hard to get boys. I think she's proven against the fillies, but she's got a nice enough draw. Mickey Coleman knows what he's doing. If she does step out of the gates pretty well, and if she can, she'll probably jump and probably set the 1-1, or get a little bit close, or something like that, where I'll keep an eye on her, and I know she'll. If I was to get on the back of her, she'll drag me a fair way down the straight, and hopefully I can get off the back and go past.
Plenty of depth in the book of rides that you have, Matthew. Going to race number 4, you ride Oh He Can, one of the horses that is well in commission, has drawn rather kindly for this 1400 metre race. How are you rating the chances of the horse?
I think it's a really tough chance. It's probably one of my better rides of the day, and he steps the gates well, and he's Owsley and 1-2 starts to go, and last start the track just tripped him up, but he's got the nice track today, nice draw. He'll jump, and there's a couple there with a bit of pace. He doesn't have to lead, but he'll be in the first 2 or 3 for sure, and I think he'll give a good account. I think over 1400 metres probably suits him a little bit better, and he'll definitely the last 100 metres.
It does seem very much like you put a line through his last start heavy track performance. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, definitely. I think you just forget that run, and he still went well enough without knocking around too much and just tripped up on that track. But he's got the nice draw on the nice track today, and he should be really hard to beat.
You're back aboard at Franklin in the race following that, again for Murray Baker and Andrew Forsman. Red KN comes out of this race, so that was one of the leading chances also. What are you hoping to see from Franklin? Because on occasions he really has shown a lot of promise. Have there been reasons for maybe a slightly in and out form line?
Yeah, I don't know. He's a tricky horse, he's got all the ability, and he's a horse you can't really find too much traffic on. He's not the bravest of horses, kind of going through them and sitting and sprinting. He's a horse who can make a good sustained run, and if he can get some clear air and be on the outer of the horses and really make that run, and I get stuck into him, he'll be fit and ready to go. So if he can get to the outside and I can get stuck into him, then he'll be still at home. And he is a horse who's got plenty of ability, and if he can show a little bit of that today, he's going to be a top chance.
I suppose that sort of middle barrier of 8 is probably more of a benefit to him, given what you've described.
Yeah, yes, definitely. I think even worse than 8, it's fine. But I think the draw of 8 is nice. He'll have the option. I doubt I'm going to end up on the fence. If he can be midfield, get him into the race a little bit at the start and just get his mind on the job, and then we can just stay one off. And then if we have to move on the through-road train, or if I make the run myself, then that might be the best option, where we can get him rolling and get him stuck into it. So I think that's the easiest option for him.
So 7 rides on the card for Matthew Cameron. Upper Layer, I think is how you pronounce the runner in the first, as opposed to Upalaya. Morweka, Ohican, Franklin, Madison County, Colonel Kev and OCD. Look, of those runners that we haven't mentioned, Upalaya, Morweka, Colonel Kev and OCD, which of those would be your best, do you think?
I like Colonel Kev. He's a really honest horse, and I rode him behind Tiako Sharp 2 starts ago, and he's got back in a possible position, and I tried to grab onto the tail of Tiako Sharp, but we didn't quite swing as fast as him, but he finished off pretty well, and if he can do that again and get nice enough fun, I think he'd be one of my better ones out of those lot.
All the best today, Matthew, and safe travels to the track and also within the races that you compete in. Matthew Cameron, who rides Madison County, the favourite for the Levin Classic.